Hello everyone, welcome back to ZIKKIE'S World. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I am going to show you how I make this Gizdodo. Gizdodo is a combination of gizzard and the plantain. You guys take a look at this. What are you preparing for your family today? Okay, so now I'm going to show you the ingredient I'll be using to make this delicious recipe. Thank you guys so much. Let's start making this right away. So the first ingredient is the gizzard. It's very important because this is the chairman of this occasion. It's very important that you wash your gizzard in and out with salt to avoid sand. So wash everything very well and remove the yellow stuff. And here I have thyme, rosemary and bay leaf, seasoning powder, salt, tomato, bell pepper and yellow onion. So these are my mixed spices. I have curry, I have Italian seasoning, garlic powder, ginger and paprika. Also I have onions which I already washed clean and cut. So this is my plantain. I'll be using ripe plantain. So now into the pot, pour in the gizzard, add the onions and the mixed spices and the herbs, the fresh one. If you have the dry one, go ahead and use that. And lastly the salt and the seasoning powder. Add everything together. Use your spatula to mix everything. Now I'm not going to be adding water because a lot of liquid comes from gizzard. So you guys take a look at this. This is about 5 minutes and I'm cooking on a medium low heat. Sometimes I wonder, these are all the liquid that came out from gizzard. Have you guys noticed that when you are making gizzard you don't need to add too much water because it contains some liquid while cooking it? So yeah, now I'm going to be cutting the tomato, bell pepper to make the sauce. But before that, we are going to cut it. I already wash it. Now cutting it. After that, I'll be blending it and set it aside. We are going to be using this to make the sauce. So guys, I am done cutting the tomato and bell pepper. So add it to the blender, blend everything, not to puree. I later added the onions which I cut off the camera. So blend everything and set it aside. Right now I'm not blending it into puree, but I love to have some chunks in it. I didn't add water, as you can see, so it's hard for me to blend. So I use the spatula to move it around because I don't want to add water to this. You see, if you add water it will have too much liquid in it because the tomato itself contains water. So now I'm going to set it aside. Let's cut the plantain. For this plantain, you can cut it any size of your choice. I just feel like cutting it into cubes. That is how I want it. You can cut it in oval shape depending on your choice, but Gizdodo is always cutting. When you want to cut the plantain, you cut it into cubes. That's the best. Okay. So cut it and set everything aside. We are preparing the ingredients we are going to use to make this dodo. Everything you have to do it while the gizzard is cooking, okay? Because if you cut this plantain and set it aside, I realize it's going to change a little bit color and a little bit slimy. So make sure you cut it when the gizzard is cooking. You guys take a look at this. I did not add water to this gizzard. Now I am adding about 2 cups of water. This is after about 15 minutes I added water. If you want your gizzard to be soft, you can cook it as long as 40 minutes or 45 minutes. But for me, I usually cook it very soft because everyone in the house is eating gizzard. If you want it so crunchy, you can cook it for just 15 to 20 minutes. So now the gizzard is done. We are going to start making the sauce. Add some oil. There's no measurement. I just pour in maybe about 1 cup of 2 cups of olive oil. So we're going to fry the gizzard. If you want, you can grill the gizzard, but I feel like frying it because I'm going to use the same oil to fry the plantain. I love frying the gizzard first to infuse its flavor in the oil. Then when you fry your plantain, you guys try this, fry your gizzard first and use the same oil to fry your plantain. You will notice a very big difference. It add a huge flavor to the plantain. So after about 10 minutes, the gizzard is fried to the way I want it. So take it out from the oil and add the plantain. We are going to fry the plantain, you know, until it's brown, and then we are going to take it out again and make the sauce. So now, because the oil is much, so I'm going to be taking out some and then add the sauce, the pepper mixture. Yeah, so add it in there and fry it for maybe about 3 to 5 minutes until the oil begins to float on top of the tomato sauce. Add a little bit of salt. I will also add some Italian seasoning. And before you add all this, make sure that it's not too much salt in the gizzard, because if not, but it's very, very important for you to do that. Okay, so add everything together and test for salt. I feel like the sauce is too much, so I took out some of it before I add the gizzard, but I might still add it back to. So add the gizzard. Is already, you know, fried. I add the gizzard. After that, just give it a quick stir and let it cook for just a minute or two as the pepper sauce is, you know, getting married to the gizzard. I feel like I needed more salt. Okay, I added more. It is always safer for you to do this instead of adding everything together at the same time. Add the plantain. Guys, this food is ready. It is ready. Okay, add the plantain, mix everything together. You don't need water on this. Okay, just the gizzard and the plantain. Add everything together. Now let it just simmer for 2 minutes. Add some bell pepper. I added green and the red bell pepper, and also basil. You guys try adding basil to your gizdodo. Oh my goodness, it is super delicious. This herb infuse or introduce some kind of flavor to this. You guys, we have come to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching up till this time. If you have not subscribed, I want you to subscribe to be a part of my family. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much. I will see you. Have a beautiful week. Bye.